Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back. If this is the first time that you're watching my video, my name is Natalie. I hope that if you enjoy what I share here, you will subscribe and share this channel with your friends and family. So in this video, we are going to talk about something quite important. We are going to talk about this upcoming hybrid solar eclipse that is happening in Aries. Yes, you hear me correct. It is happening in the sign of Aries, not Taurus or Scorpio, which is the axes that we are working with, which were the eclipses that we have been having since early last year, 2022. So let's find out more about it. So first of all, what is an eclipse? Eclipse happens when an astronomical body is temporarily obscured. You can see by passing into the shadow of another. So a solar eclipse happens when the moon moves between the sun and the earth, and the moon blocks out the light from the sun and casts a shadow onto the earth. So that is how we got a solar eclipse. So this one is a hybrid solar eclipse. What is that? So we only have one of these hybrid eclipse once in a decade. So this is a rare one, a special one, and in true Aries fashion. The nodes haven't officially changed yet. It will change in July. So right now, at this moment, the North Node is still in Taurus and the South Node is still in Scorpio, which are the nodal nodes where all eclipses were happening since 2022. And we will still have one more eclipse in Taurus and one more eclipse in Scorpio. But in true Aries fashion, the nodes haven't officially changed. Aries just rush in and deliver us the first eclipse in its sign for all of us. So this is a special one. If you have planets, your big three, or you have points in the Aries house in your natal chart, you probably are feeling it. We can feel this eclipse energy 2 weeks prior and 2 weeks after the eclipse. That's why we are in the eclipse portal energy already. And eclipse always comes in the sets of 2. So on the 20th, we have the first one. In 2 weeks, we have another one. They come in a pair. They happen within this lunar cycle, this month. And then the energy, the stories that comes up, unfold during this eclipse season will continue to unfold and play out and develop throughout until we have the next sets of eclipse, which is in the fall, so in around 6 months. So this is kind of like a rough timeline of how all these eclipses unfold for us. And one more thing is that every 18 months, the lunar node, North Node and South Node, they change and switch sign, and they travel in a retrograde mode. So right now we're still in that Taurus Scorpio axis right now since early 2022, and it will officially change in July to Aries and Libra. So every 18 months, the nodes will kick up a new cycle in 2 different signs. They are opposite of each other, create this axis of North Node and South Node to bring up new cycle, new sets of lessons, and letting us focus in 2 different houses in our own natal chart as well. So that is the gist of a general quick knowledge in eclipses, nodes, and stuff like that. So I hope I explained it well enough. And now let's get into this particular eclipse that we are welcoming. So the solar eclipse in Aries is happening between 9:34 a.m. Hong Kong time to 2:59 p.m. Hong Kong time. This is the window where you can see the eclipse. In Hong Kong, there's a chance that we might be able to see it. We have to see, the condition of the day and so on and so forth. But I think on the east side of Hong Kong, you might be able to catch a glimpse of it if we're lucky. But if you are in Australia or Indonesia, even Singapore, I think you are going to see it for sure. So this is the time frame of the solar eclipse, and it will peak on April 20th, 12:13 p.m. Hong Kong time, or April 20th, 12:13 a.m. Eastern time. So adjust the time according to where you are in the world. We are going to have the eclipse at its peak. So this is also happening at the anaretic degree, the 29 degree, last degree, almost only just couple minutes before we have the Taurus season begins. Okay, it's just like hours before the Taurus season begins. The solar eclipse is happening at the 29 degrees in Aries. So the anaretic degree, which is the powerful, potent, even karmic degree in each sign. So definitely there's a sense of urgency, there's a sense of really wanted to push through, and there's this feeling of wanting to break free as well, because we're talking about Aries, which is ruled by Mars, that Martian energy that constantly wants to be on the go to in the sign of Aries is all about the sense of self. Some of us might feel stronger than another, so some of us might really feel that sense of urgency to really go and do something and take action, or so on and so forth. It also have to depends, what kind of energy you have in Aries, and if this solar eclipse is making any points or angle with your own natal chart. But that is the gist of it, and there is nothing chill about this solar eclipse, even though it's happening on April 20th, which is such a funny irony that the universe is giving us. But again, by all means, chill with what you know what I'm saying, but this eclipse energy is definitely not chill at all. So it's been a while since we have an eclipse in Aries, as the nodal shift signs every 18 months. So it's the first eclipse that we have in the sign of Aries since February 2014. And that was when the South Node was in Aries. This time, this solar eclipse that we're having right now is in the North Node, close to North Node, because the North Node is going to switch to Aries very soon in July. And the last time that we have North Node in Aries was a long time ago. It was December 2004 to June 2006. So if you want to do a little quick trip down the memory lane, feel free to reflect and look at who you were between that time. What were you doing? Who were you? Because Aries is the sign about the sense of self. So who were you? What's your truth? What do you believe in? What defines you? Who are you around 2024 to 2026? Was there some major epiphany, identity crisis, or so on and so forth that was being brought up around that time? Now, the North Node is very soon going to kick up that cycle again for all of us. So we'll talk more about it when we get closer. I want to bring our attention back into this particular solar eclipse that's happening in Aries for us. So the solar eclipse in Aries is definitely activating the Aries energy within every single one of us. who are you right now? And happening at the last degree, 29 energetic degree, it brings out that energy of who you no longer associate anymore as well, who you no longer are, what you have been going through, what have changed and shifted and evolved within you, and where do you want to go, and who you are right now. How's your self identity growing and changing and evolving? It's almost like we are in this in-between portal energy where we still have one foot in the past and one foot in the future, and we're just kind of in this liminal space of in between. And this eclipse invites us to take a look at the core of ourselves, the core self and energy of each of us within us. And one of the most powerful, potent aspect that this solar eclipse in Aries is having is the square with Pluto and Aquarius. Ooh, anytime when we have Pluto energy involved in an lunation, especially eclipse, there's this really significant, powerful, even revolutionary energy that is happening in the collective and individually for all of us. And all of us haven't really experienced Pluto in Aquarius before. This is totally new to us, and we're just having this first glimpse of what this energy is like for all of us. This energy is kind of progressively moving us forward. Pluto in Aquarius is sort of like this energy that bring in new ways of seeing and understanding things. There's a sense of creativity, rebellious, ungovernable, and independence in this Pluto and Aquarius energy, and it's making a square with the sun and the moon in Aries. So it is really awakening that feeling within us, maybe, or as a collective. Is this kind of feeling like, I don't mind to go on my own way if this is true to me and this is who I am or who I want to be. And like I said, there's a sense of ungovernable independence, and you just want to be who you truly want to be, right? And this can be also the collective energy between states and countries where, I don't know, I'm not saying that it might happen. There's a sense of breaking free, right? Not wanting to be part of the collective force because it no longer resonates. So I can't help but look at the news right now. This has been happening. The incident with Sudan, where the not maybe war, but that war-like incident that's breaking out. This is definitely that energy playing out in a collective level. And of course we can see a few more that is happening around this world. So that is the kind of energy that might brew and kind of like brew in the background for you during this eclipse, as this is only the first eclipse that is happening in this Aries Libra axis. So it is kind of like a glimpse, a preview, a prequel of what's to come that will continue to unfold and develop in the next 18 months when the node officially change in July. So yes, this might be ushering some endings and beginnings for all of us as well. And it will continue to play out. It's not like it will all happen during this eclipse, but that energy is being ushered in right now. Also right now, Pluto is slowing down, is stationing, standing still, preparing to retrograde right now in the 0 degrees of Aquarius. So Pluto will retrograde on May 1st or 12th, depending where you are in the world. And Pluto will retrograde back to the last degree of Capricorn. And it will retrograde until October and for the next half of this year, 2023. And it will re-enter Aquarius early next year in January. So the energy feels like it kick up something new, it invite and usher something new that wants to come in. You might have like a very quick glimpse of it. It's like the people open the door for 1 second and oh, wrong door, hold on, close it back up. That kind of feeling. And it's like you got a small glimpse of it, but you don't exactly know what is really going on behind that door, but you saw a quick glimpse of it, and then you're being invited to slow down and get back, because there's still something that you need to tie up the loose ends. There's still something you need to do all the readjust, reevaluate, and so on and so forth for you to in order for you to really open that door. So during this time, I feel like Pluto squaring that solar eclipse really maybe give us like a small taste of it. You might receive like an aha moment, revelation, or insight as to maybe something new about yourself, a sense of you that you want to move towards, like a 2.0 of you that you kind of envision, and you have that picture. But in order to get there, there's still things you need to do about where you are right now and who you are right now. And the second half of the year is for you to slowly adjust, slowly work and integrate this energy, so that when Pluto officially re-enter Aquarius next year, you will have a bigger picture, a fuller, clearer picture as to how you want to move forward. So that energy will continue to develop as well. We also want to look at the ruler of the solar eclipse in Aries, which is Mars. Mars rules Aries. What is Mars doing right now? So Mars right now is in Cancer. Not exactly the most comfortable sign Mars wants to be in, because Mars is that fiery Martian energy, warrior energy that wants to take action and be on the go, and gun blazing energy, right? But in the sign of Cancer, it's a sensitive, protective, and watery, emotional energy. And being the cardinal sign of Cancer is that first water sign, that cardinal water sign, that is which rules our initial emotions, right? What is residing within you that you haven't really looked at or faced or deal with or felt maybe for a while, or it is always within you, that first feelings are coming in, but maybe sometimes you don't do anything about it. And this might relate also to your childhood, your inner child, your family life, relationships with sibling families, or place that you call home. So during this eclipse, those feelings, those old trigger might come up, because Mars is also squaring Chiron, which is in Aries, which has to do with our wounds surrounding the sense of self, and squaring Cancer, which is what I just talked about, that is surrounding family life, family members, relationships, siblings, and your childhood, so on and so forth. So in a way, this solar eclipse in Aries might really trigger and bring up some of those old wounds or traumas that you have been working on or not working on for you to look at. And it is to provide information for you to work with, so that you can get to the 2.0 version of yourself. Because who you are now might be able to have the courage and bravery to deal with them, because the version of you right now have more tools that you can work with compared to before. And you did see a glimpse of the 2.0 version of yourself, and that's where you want to head towards later on. So all these old wounds and triggers that might come up during this solar eclipse is allow you to see perhaps everyone's human story is different, how far you have come, or what you still need to work on or deal with. And it is okay, because you have time. Take all the time you need. The version of you right now might might have more tools and courage, or you might feel more ready to work with all these issues that might come up. So that might be one of the most powerful energy that some of us might be feeling, that the solar eclipse might bring up for us as well. I mentioned having the tools and everything. You might feel more ready to work with whatever emotions or triggers or trauma that might resurface around this time, is because also we have Jupiter in Aries is having a wide conjunction, not exactly a close conjunction with where the solar eclipse is, but Jupiter is still in Aries, so it might definitely magnify and expand those old wounds and energy come up as well. But at the same time, Jupiter is that spiritual wisdom, knowledge planet that allow us to know that now we have more tools to work with. We have more wisdom, knowledge that can help us to work through whatever come up if we choose to. So always free will, but that is what the energy is like, and it feels like that there's a sense of self is being cracked open around the solar eclipse, that you're understanding more of your personal power as well, understanding your needs, who you are. It might not feel easy at first because it might open up a Pandora box of things that you have to unpack, emotions, wounds, triggers that might come up, but this is also what formed you and built you and brought you to where you are right now, and who you are right now, and where you are right now and who you are right now have also come so far, have more knowledge and wisdom for you to look at this, whatever that comes out that Pandora box, and know that you can work with them, understanding your anger, frustration, understanding that you are and you can be the one that's in charge, and how to make deal with it, face it, work with it, right? And the energy will continue for the next few weeks throughout this whole eclipse season. And also Mars is going to be the co-ruler of the next eclipse that is happening in Scorpio in 2 weeks, because Mars is the co-ruler, the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So whatever comes up during this eclipse or already came up around this time, you will continue to see it unfold and develop throughout the next few weeks as well. So this is about also actively accepting what comes up and be able to love ourselves through everything as well. So really remember to be gentle with yourself and see what comes up, be flexible, be open-minded to see what comes up, and to continue to work on your healing journey, to release and close out any karmic cycle or people think situation regarding to what I just mentioned. Maybe this is some kind of childhood trauma, wounds surrounding relationship with your parents, siblings, your environment, your home, and so on and so forth. You might be able to see things in the new light because the version of you right now again have all those wisdom and knowledge and power, and you have a better understanding in your own personal power and what is true to you and your boundaries and so on and so forth as well. We also have a couple supportive aspect that is happening during this solar eclipse in Aries, which is Mercury in Taurus having a sextile with Mars in Cancer. Mercury in Taurus right now is slowing down and is about to retrograde. It will officially retrograde the next day on the 21st. So I like this Mercury retrograde because this aspect provides a slowing down and intentional energy to support us right? To work with whatever that might come up around this time from the solar eclipse. It helps us to slow down our mind, what we're thinking, processing. It gives us space and time to look at what comes up, to process everything, to remain grounded, to work through what no longer is supporting who we are, what is true to us, to our quality of life, because we're talking about Taurus. So it's the physical thing that is in our life as well. So I really like how we have Mercury, in retrograde in the next couple of weeks to really help us to go through our mental, what come up in our mental space as well. And the other one is that North Node in Taurus is having a sextile with Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn in Pisces talks about our spiritual growth, our spiritual knowledge, wisdom that we have, and is providing a supportive energy to show you what you have learned and what have supported or matured you so far, given you clarity to help you to responsibly, Saturn, to clear out what has served you, serve us, and what no longer resonate, and so on and so forth. So that is wonderful aspect that is happening during this solar eclipse that is able to help and support us as well. Overall, I feel like this solar eclipse in Aries is so powerful and potent. It opens a new light, in our Aries house, of course, but for us in general, it's the sense of self. New parts of you are coming through or are about to come through. The old versions of you have served beautiful purpose, and you have grown. You have changed, you have shifted, you have evolved, you have leveled up. So acknowledge how far you have come and where you have leveled up in any area of your life or in general, how you have stepped up and show up and allow parts of yourself to come through and shine as well. So acknowledge this for yourself, and between now and July, before the nodes officially switch sign and change into Aries, give this time to do all this for yourself. And this eclipse will continue to activate further and bring in maybe parts of you that wants to come through, parts that are within you but that are dormant, that maybe you don't know yet, but it will come through as we have that nodal change in July, when the North Node officially enter Aries and kickstart a new 18 cycle of us, for us to work with and continue to unfold and develop throughout 2024 and into 2025 as well. So be flexible, be open, and see what comes up for you during this eclipse. Know that you are loved, supported, and if there's anything that you want to share, feel free to reach out to me, comment below. If any of my offerings, such as tarot readings, astrology reading, akashic record reading, or energy healing, that might be able to give you the support you need, feel free to reach out to me through email or DM me on Instagram. I am sending you all so much love and blessings. So now let's take a look at the collective message that I draw out for us, and see what the universe have for us regarding to this solar eclipse in Aries. So the tarot card that came out is 10 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. Whoa, very fiery energy. Of course, it's in Aries, it's fire energy. So this is really about being open to what might come up around this time, during the solar eclipse and during this eclipse season. Some of us might be really feeling tired, and again, energies can come out in many ways. I know already some of my friends and clients, they're very sick. That's one of the way to purge all those energy. That's how those energy shows up as well. And maybe for some of us, this might come up in the physical level. Those emotions, if you've ever read that book, Your Body Keeps the Score, all the stored emotion, wounds, trauma can sometimes manifest into sickness in different parts of our body. And some of us might physically feel ill around this time, and it is normal. And that's how the energy show up to give you like a nudge. Hey, perhaps investigate and be curious about why are you feeling all this pain? Why are you feeling ill? Perhaps this is asking you to look at a deeper layer on an emotional level of what do you have to look deeper within yourself, right? This might, again, like I said, regarding to the wounds, the trauma that you have experienced, and this is the time to really sit with whatever comes up, whether it is in your physical world or emotionally within yourself. Sit with them and let them come up, because you can't let it go unless you feel it. The only way is through it. So let them come up, see what happens, so that you know how to work through it, and know that you have the tools within you to work through it as well. This might allow you to see different areas of your life, what you should spend your effort, energy in, and what you should not. Maybe this is about, having a better boundaries for yourself with different areas of your life. This can be about money, physical things. This can be relationships, right? This is about creating better boundaries for yourself, so that you no longer give to what no longer serves you. You give to those who truly loves you, care about you, that will be able to reciprocate what you want, right? This is about knowing who truly loves you, care for you, and who is just there for when there's advantage for them. So for some of you, this is about relationships. Some of you, this might be surrounding money matters, physical things, what no longer serves you. It's time to let it go, right? To make space for new things to come. And this is about money matters for some of you, right? So see what comes up for you. Everyone's human story is different, but this is about to make space for something that you truly believe in, that you truly love, passionate about. This is that version 2.0 of yourself that you want to call in. And he, no gender specific, it's just an energy, that new version of you that is already in your energy field will come to you when you continue to work on what is happening right now, right? To heal, to let go, to release, make space, and to create better boundaries in different areas of your life. And then from the Moon Oracle card, usually I take 2, but one got stuck. We got 3 cards here, and oh my goodness, you have to look at them. We have last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. And then we have last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. And lastly, we have first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. Whoa, where is this eclipse happening? Aries. And the ruler of this solar eclipse is in Cancer, squaring this moon and sun. And we also have Taurus, where the North Node is in right now, and the North Node is also sextiling Pisces in this solar eclipse. All this energy came out, and the message just resonates so well. This is about releasing control. Allow what needs to come up, right? It is so that you can work through them, work through your feelings. This might be a very emotional time for some of us, and this is about taking that time. Take a breather, give yourself time and space to allow those things to come up so you can work through it, right? And lastly, the oracle card we have, card 27, exchanging gifts. 27 breaks down to 9, which is we are reaching the end of a cycle. Yes, because the nodes are going to officially change in July to bring in a new 18-month cycle for us. And we can't call in anything if we don't let go, release, and make space for it. So this is about the law of reciprocity, the law about giving and receiving. This is about if you want to call in something, that new version of yourself, you need to let go of what no longer serves you, what is no longer true to you, the old parts of yourself that you need to let go in order to merge with this new 2.0 version of yourself. So right now, like I said, we are in this in-between period of time where we are seeing the old version of ourselves, and we also have a glimpse of what the new version of ourselves can be. And right now we are in between, making choices and doing different things that will allow us to integrate this energy, right? So I hope the message helps. Feel free to drop me a comment below. Reach out if you want to schedule any reading or energy healing session with me. I'm sending you all so much love and blessings. Take care of yourself, be gentle with yourself and energy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.